Come along for a classic Ozark Mountains hike. From beautiful waterfalls to big mountain vistas, the Butterfield Hiking Trail has something for every trail enthusiast. Hello and welcome to the Oklahoma Hiker YouTube channel. Today I am at Devil's Den State Park in the Ozark Mountains of northwest Arkansas, and I'm going to do a trail that is new for me, the Butterfield Hiking Trail. It's a very popular trail, usually done as an overnighter with either 1 or 2 nights if you want to take it really leisurely. But today I'm going to try to do it in 1 day, so should be about 15 miles plus a few little stops along the way. So I'm going to get started and I'm going to show you the whole thing. Come along. All right, for this one you do have to get a permit, so I'm going to stop off at the visitor center and get that taken care of. Well, I have my permit, I've got my map, which I hear is kind of outdated, which is strange to say. The guy handed it to me and said, this is from the 90s and it's off by about a mile. So I, of course, have the route downloaded on all trails and several of the coordinates, waypoints put into my Garmin. So, should be good. I am excited to get started. Let's see it. I have made it to the trailhead, and it looks like it starts with a fun little bridge here. Let's see for ourselves. Ooh, it's a little bouncy. Hello. For my hike, I decided to go clockwise. After the swinging bridge, I turned right and followed the west side of Lee Creek, eventually reaching the dam that I had just seen from the other side. So about a half a mile in, you lose the blue blazes, which are the blazes you are to follow for the entire trail. So follow the road signs to Campground A. All right, at the back of Campground A, you see this Lee Creek Trail sign, and I do see a blue blaze up here on this small tree right in front of us. Don't think you can see it, but it's there. And I believe this is the big river crossing that we have to look forward to. This looks manageable. Ooh, it's cold. Just like I hoped it might be. Since Lee Creek, the trail has been very wet, but that doesn't matter because I already got my feet wet. And it's been very clearly marked. There have been a few junctions, but the Butterfield Trail was always shown, or you could see the blue blaze coming up. Other than that, it's been pretty flat and not overgrown at all yet. So, thankful for that. have a sign back here, and it says 3. You know what that means? It means I'm 3 miles in. I have made it onto the ridge of, what is this, Mount Olive, I think. I will correct it in the comments if it's not. This is the one place that you will have cell service. And they do tell you that at the visitor center whenever you're signing in. So if you have an emergency, this is the place to have it. Because beyond this, you are kind of out of luck. So, I've made advantage of that, touched base with those I told I was going to be on the trail to let them know I was here safely and that I wouldn't have self-service the rest of the day. And it just continues to be as gorgeous as ever. All right, have a road crossing here. I am going to check the map if I don't see a blue blaze over here, but I believe I will. Well, at about 4 miles and still along the road here, we have a nice little campsite. The only place I can see for water without going further down the trail is this like pond in the road, which isn't always going to be here, but it's an option. And I see the 4-mile sign coming right up. I think it might be break time, and this is going to be the spot. Well, I've got to say, along the ridge here of Mount Olive, it is just gorgeous. Of course, it's nice and wide open up here. The trees are a little taller than they are in the Ouachitas, but that's because the Ouachitas are much taller. So they have the potential to grow taller here, have less adverse climate. Anyway, just past a quarter of the way done with the trail, so I am excited about that landmark. On to the halfway point. At 5.5 miles, we get a nice open view here, even whenever we have leaves on the trees. Nice Ozark Mountains. Gorgeous. Also worth mentioning is the campsite that is right across from that beautiful view. Might have to stay here one of these days. Can't really see the view from here, but you get a good idea of it. For me, it's back to the trail. Boy, this is just gorgeous. Look at that. And there's a campsite back here. I have arrived at the Rock Hole campsite, and I have to say this one looks gorgeous. I use that word a lot, don't I? Gorgeous. Well, it's true. Look at this. Nice flat area. Beautiful access to the creek. Incredible. Look at that. All right, I didn't need to get in, but I really wanted to. And it's not too deep. I may have gotten up to my knees. Oh, maybe a little further. Fun. Along the creek here, there are several really pretty campsites. Here is another. I actually passed a second one since Rock Hole, which was nice. This one too. Got a nice riverside view there. Well, mile 8, that means something. That means that I am halfway there, or about halfway there. The gentleman that gave me the map this morning that said it wasn't overly accurate and said it was off by a mile, said that the trail was actually closer to 16 miles. So, mile 8, that's a big one. Halfway there. And of course, once you get to the halfway point, it says, the trail, that is, says, we're gonna head straight up. So, I guess we'll do that. A little bit later, we get to climb a waterfall, which might be even more fun. And I think it's called the Butterfield Waterfall, so aptly named. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get up this without chipping a tooth. We are nearing mile 10 and working our way a little higher up from the creek once again. Now I do hear that there is a pretty spot here for camping at the confluence of two rivers or creeks, Lee Creek, and I do not know the name of the other one, but I'll put it in. So I think I may check that out and take a little break, since that'll put me at 10 miles. I think it's a 0.2 of a mile jog to get down there. So it will add almost a half a mile to the walk, but I think I can handle it. Woohoo! I have reached the junction that takes you to Junction Camp, which is that confluence of two creeks I was mentioning earlier. It is indeed a rather steady descent down to the area, because of course you're way over the level of the creeks, and of course that means it's going to be a slog uphill after I'm done, but I'll be nice and refreshed, maybe take a swim, and certainly get some snacks in me and get off these feet for a few minutes. So I'm looking forward to that. Cannot wait to be there in that water. Oh, I very definitely see a pretty spot here, and it's definitely the confluence. Let's have a look. Pretty, and I see exactly where I'm gonna swim, right over there. I made it for the swim, right down in that pool that you see right about there behind this giant washed out tree. It was gorgeous. I just laid there for a good 20 minutes. And my muscles feel so much better. So, gonna have a few snacks, a little bit more water back here at camp, and then I'm gonna do the slog up the next hill and have probably 6 miles to go to get back to the truck. I'm kind of ready, but I'm enjoying it so much, so I could go either way. I just wish I were camping. That would make it better, but it's a day hike, so no camping. Let's get some water in me. Yes, that little narrows, that waterfall, that's the trail. This is Butterfield Falls. All right, folks, it's story time. I have a story about a little boy that I encountered right as I got to Butterfield Falls. File this under I can't believe it. First thing, I come around the corner and he's taking a dump right on the trail. So, of course I have to wait for him to finish and then gently mention, hey, you might not want to crap on the trail and not bury it. So I showed him the trowel and everything. Anyway, then he, as he was kind of going up the waterfall again, he took a little bit of a tumble and, had a little embarrassing moment for a young guy. So I said, I'll just take some quiet shots as I can. So anyway, back up on the top, there was quite a bit of an ascent out of, where was it? The confluence up to the waterfall. And now it seems to have leveled out. So happy with that. Hey, guess what? 13 miles in, about 3 to go. Woohoo! What am I looking for? What am I waiting on? You know this if you've seen any of my videos. I'm looking forward to that giant chocolate milk that I'm going to down. Last time it was a liter in no time at all. And of course, you guys know that I'm a sucker for a cheeseburger as well. Ooh, right after mile 13, it gets a little slopey, a little dicey. Time to put the recording down. Finally headed downhill. Woohoo! I'm tired. Well, I can hear the sound of water, which means I am getting close to done with this descent. And it has been quite a descent. I would not want to be going up this if I had taken it counterclockwise. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing this water. From what I've been able to tell from pictures, it's actually quite blue. So may not be that way because we've had a lot of rain lately, but I'm interested to find out. Shoddy camera work. Would you look at that? There I am. If I had time to swim, I sure would. But I have people wondering where I am at. And of course you don't have cell phone service, so I'm going to get back into the land of cell phone service rather than take a swim. Now here is a pretty campsite. Look at that water. Ooh, you got your own beach. Oh, I want to get in. Look at that. Incredible. We are very, very near the end here. I would have to think less than a quarter of a mile. And gosh, what a pretty trip it's been. Even in these last few feet, we've got these beautiful washes with little cascades and ferns tucked in. Ferns. Look at that. All right, can't break my neck in the last quarter mile. I am at the end. Woohoo! Last places. Oh, hallelujah, there it is. I can get excited about that chocolate milk and that burger now. Get in, Matome. Oh my God. Ah, let's see. I'm gonna have to check my stats. I think that was around 16 and a half miles. Ah, time to get out of here. Thank you, Butterfield Trail.
Well, I have made it back home from my big Butterfield Hiking Trail adventure. Gotten a little shower, gotten a little rest, and gotten in a few cuddles with my friend Paisley here. Everyone say hi, Paisley. She's pretty adorable. Anyway, my thoughts. It was an incredible hike. It was gorgeous, a great exertion if you're going to try it as a day hike. It is not like crazy difficult in terms of elevation change. I think it's about 2,000 feet, but the mileage, of course, does add up. So if that's what you're looking for, a great exertion, it's definitely one to try out. Now, is it as spectacular as the Ouachitas? No, it's not. I don't think so. But the Ozarks have a totally different character, and it's definitely a great representation of the Ozarks. I think of them as kind of course, shorter, in terms of the peaks, but also more water, lots of beauty in the creeks and the streams. So it definitely fulfilled those, that on my wish list. Anyway, I definitely think that the camping opportunities are plentiful, and lots of good spots too. Something, of course, to keep in mind is the map that you're going to get isn't exactly as the trail is whenever you sign in for your permit at the visitor center. So make sure that you have a plan for that. I suggest the All Trails app. Be sure to download the map first because you're not going to have much service there. And you want to have that taken care of before you ever get out there. Of course, there are other maps that you can get that are not from the visitor center that could also be useful there. So, I've enjoyed so much the adventure that we had today, and I hope that you will find yourself on the Butterfield Trail. It is a winner. So, check it out. Check out my other videos. Feel free to like and subscribe. We love it when you do that, us YouTubers. And Paisley, too. Will you do it for Paisley? Anyway, thanks for watching. Find yourself out on the trail very soon, and I will hopefully see you out there. Bye-bye.